Hey everyone, welcome back to the Mark Loeffler Experience. We are doing our Southwestern Ontario market update today and market predictions. Yes, I'm going to predict what's going to happen in the next 6 months in this market. Maybe. I'm going to guesstimate. And I'm going to tell you what I would do in this market if I were you, other than have a cup of tea. Oh, and by the way, this video is brought to you by the Kellan Loeffler Real Estate Team. If you're looking to buy a home, sell a home, or invest in real estate, you should definitely give us a call today. What the heck happened in February? Well, basically what happened was it came in with a boom. Boom! Like it was flying. First 2 weeks of February, we had 20 offers, we had 25 offers, we had 30 offers. End of February, we had 4 offers. And it depended on a little bit where you were, but we're starting to see this again. This is a lot of the boards in Ontario. Not all of them, but a lot. And then basically what we can see is this kind of happened last year, and then we went flat until August, and then September kind of jumped back up above that number. So comment down below, do you think that's going to happen again this year? What factors have we had? We've had an interest rate increase. Oil has gone absolutely ridiculous. All commodities prices have gone up. Listen, I'm not going to be surprised if we don't see 10% inflation. And that's what they're telling us, 10% inflation. I think when they tell us we have 7, we're more likely 15. When the price of oil and gas goes up, it affects everything. Deliveries. It's going to get expensive out there, everybody. Maybe this is the event that Elon Musk was waiting for, and he can triple the price of his electric cars now because, everybody driving an electric car, they're saving so much money on gas that their electric cars probably went up 20% overnight. All right. And I do get a Tesla at some point. I don't know. It's ordered, guys. If anybody knows Elon, ask him when I'm getting my Model X. So as you can see, January to February, we had about a $50,000 price increase. Not as much as obviously December to January, which was about $100,000. So the price increase slowed down. But again, we can't have a 12 to 15% price increase month over month every month. As we were saying, interest rates have gone up. Is that fundamentally going to change the market? Here's the thing. The qualifying rate that everybody has to hit is still the exact same. So people are qualifying for the exact same amount of money. I don't know that that's going to have a huge impact on the market. And that's just variable rates. Fixed rates have gone up over the last couple months anyways. And who knows, with the Russia thing, there's a flight to safety. That means there's going to be a flight to bonds in countries that are, number one, oil producing, or number two, not going to be seen to have a war in them, i.e. Canada, i.e. the United States. So when people buy those bonds, the bond prices go down, the fixed rates mortgages go down. So we'll see what happens. All right, so let's just look at some regions here. Here you can see, again, that red line is all of the boards that we track. This gray line right here, well, that's Durham. So let's see, Durham went from December being an average price of $877,000 to January being $983,000. So that's a price increase of about 14%. And going from that to an average sale price of $1,205,000. So for everybody I know that's investing in Durham or even just owns a home in Durham, congratulations, your price went up over 20% last month. I don't know about you guys, but it's starting to get to the point where I look at my wife and say, do we cash out and sell our house and move to Costa Rica or somewhere? I mean, what's the price? It's getting silly. But anyways, Halton is still going along, but it is higher price houses, so it hasn't seen the same house price increases as the other areas. And then Niagara Falls, they had a huge jump month over month, and then it's kind of flattened out. And the activity I've seen out there is kind of flattened out as well. So let's talk anecdotally here. What I'm seeing in the market. We are definitely seeing less people bidding on homes. We're seeing about the same amount of showing, so that means people are out there. I think they're just either they're looking at houses and thinking, oh, that house is going to have $200,000 over asking, I don't want to do that. Or they're saying, hey, maybe I'll wait, and if we do what happened last year again, if this happens, I'm going to have some time to buy. We had a lot of people buy June, July, August, investors. Look at them. They're geniuses now. Geniuses. They're up 25%. And, sometimes they haven't even done anything. I saw somebody, they bought a flip last August. They closed on it in February, and they were going to renovate it, and they decided not to renovate. They decided to put it back on the market because the prices have gone up so much. It almost didn't make sense to renovate, and they sold it their 6 days with multiple offers, and they made a crap ton of money. Now, against inflation, did they? Oh, yeah. All right, Waterloo region. Nice little spike here, right? Went from 903 to 950. I mean, it's not a 10% increase, but still, like, things are moving up. Barrie, we kind of flattened out a little bit. Brantford, we're kind of flattening out. Like, so you see this. I think this is going to be the general trend that we're going to see, is most places are going to flatten out. Peterborough had a huge price increase. So I think this is a tale of east and west of Toronto, or north. Like, so east of Toronto is doing extremely well. Anybody, again, investing in Peterborough or owning in Peterborough, you guys made out like bandits. Kawartha Lakes, 40% still year-over-year increase. Peterborough, 33.8% year-over-year increase. And let's just talk about this for a second. Are house prices going to go down? Are we going to get a crash? I do not believe we will. That's just my opinion. Take it for what it's worth. Just be like Jordan Davis. Buy dirt. That seems to be the whole key right now, is buy dirt. TREB home sales were down year over year, but that's because last February again was silly. Like, it was just silly, yet it was still the second best February on record. I think that's going to happen a lot this year. They are predicting home sales to be lower than last year, again, because it was such a record year. But I think we could have sold those amount of houses if there was enough inventory. We'll go back to my thesis about why buy dirt or why buy real estate here, is because we still have a fundamental problem of lack of housing supply. They're not going to fix that overnight. Even if Doug does get his bill passed and, can make all that happen, it's not going to change what happens in the next 2 to 3 years. I think the only thing that could do that is if we have a major recession and there's unemployment shoots through the roof. Then everybody's just going to move to Alberta because there's going to be tons of jobs out there because oil prices will be high. People will look like a genius. Year over year, it's up 36%. So we have some economic indicators over here. But as you can see, like, sales last year were 10,000, 11,000, and they're 9,000 this year. Here's the average price. I like the nice little chart. I think that's much nicer. TREB, get your act together. Give me a nice little chart. Real GDP growth is up 6.6%. Employment growth was up 7%. The unemployment rate in Toronto in January was higher, and that was due. I mean, we were locked down. Let's just be honest. This is still January numbers. Oh, they're a month behind, and they didn't get. Well, the overnight rate went up in March, so we'll see that next month. But anyways, suffices to say, it's up 36%. I think Toronto real estate I think it's lagged a little bit, this market. I think you're going to see more price increases out of Toronto than the rest of Ontario. So again, if you're investing in Toronto, I think you're going to do I think you're going to do better than the Ontario average over the next 12 to 18 months. I think you've lagged the market for the simple fact that the downtown core, nobody's been down there. Nobody's been working. Like, people aren't going back to work, but I think we're going to start to see that. I mean, I was talking to somebody who had kids, and their kids are going downtown to bars again. This is all changing. So there'll be jobs. People will want to live back down there. That will cause rent prices to go up, will cause condo prices to go up, which I think are lagging the overall market. And again, if we get 10% inflation, house prices are going to rise faster than inflation, everybody. So anybody sitting in cash is going to be poorer. Anybody sitting in hard assets like real estate will do very well. In my opinion. This is, again, my opinion. But come buy with us. No, I'm joking. Somebody's going to comment on that now. You guys know I like to have fun, right? All right, so new listings. New listings shot up. All of it, so it was 9,400. Here's the thing. New listings were up year over year. Last February was 8,800. This February is 9,400. So, I mean, it's not huge, but it's something. And then obviously, you can see March last year was 11, but we really didn't start seeing that inventory come back until the summertime. Ooh, April was bad. And then obviously December is always the worst month for inventory. And then it rises throughout because, again, prices are ridiculous. Coming as a professional, it's a little ridiculous. All right, let's see this. So look at that. Hamilton new listings, 1,000 this month. Whereas February last year was 888. So new listings are up 7.1. Muskoka is down 10. Peterborough was up 11. Kawartha Lakes, which is cottages and smaller homes or smaller towns, was down 25%. So, this is what you can look at and say, oh, maybe they're going to get more of a price increase than, say, Peterborough, because people seem to be selling their houses more in Peterborough than they do in Kawartha Lakes. 46 new listings in Durham last month. That does not make sense to me. That's because everyone lists on TREB. What am I thinking? So, obviously prices are still really high, but they obviously had a couple hundred. Their listings are relatively similar. Homes for sale. Homes for sale are down across the board there. Homes for sale in Hamilton are up. So we're down homes for sale year over year. Like last February was 865, and now we're at 404. They are going up. And again, in Hamilton, we're still seeing strong price growth. I'll let you know, we're listing a townhouse condo that our investors bought for under $150,000 way back when, and last one sold for over $800,000. So we'll see. But as you can see, like Kawartha Lakes, Peterborough, listings or homes for sale are down for year over year. Same for Barrie, Brantford. And you got to remember that Barrie, a lot of those go on the Toronto board as well. It might not be such an accurate description of that Barrie market. Usually I find that the average price or median price is still relatively, it's showing what's happening. All right, sales. Sales in Barrie are down. Brantford up. Waterloo region pretty much hanging the same. They've been pretty level the whole time. They're just nice and steady there in Waterloo region. You guys are nice and steady. Sales in Hamilton are up. Peterborough up. Down in Kawartha Lakes. Down in Muskoka. Again, cottage country. You're probably not seeing, sales come up in the spring because that's when people sell their cottages. Again, Durham. Sales are up. Halton, sales are down. Niagara, sales are down. So, across the board, it's just one of those things. And that's why Durham probably has a huge price increase, because sales went up. And these other regions, the overall sales went down year over year. And we did see that, obviously, generally, that sales were down 6.5% in all of information that they get from all board. Days on market, let's just be honest. It's still stupid low in everyone. It's still ridiculous, people. Like, let's be honest. Like, everyone's still holding back offers. They're gonna still price low. Now, everyone's gonna say blind bidding. Right, I get it. The problem with this is if you don't do blind bidding and you put a house up on the market with no offer date, it confuses some of my colleagues. I'm not gonna lie. We got to do what they know, because a lot of these people haven't been in a market where that's changed, where it's not going to be a bidding war. So at this time, I still think that's the pricing strategy if you are going to list. Months of supply has gone up, which it couldn't go down really because it was at nothing. And I think we're going to obviously see very similar to last year. That's going to go up over the thing. If it gets over 1, I think that's going to be very, very good for the market. Not so great for sellers, but great for the market. You can see like half a month. Like, it's not, these aren't huge numbers, right? So very, very small. Durham, 0.4. So it's still really, really low. And guys and gals, whoever's watching this, still watching, because we're at the end and most of you drop off by now, and I appreciate the guys and ladies who are still watching. We're going to be in, I think we're going to look like this chart. I think this is what's going to happen. I think we're going to start to see this to flatten out. It's going to take a minute, because like this was violent. This was violent. This was more violent. This is getting punched in the face. This is getting hit in the face with a hammer. So it's going to take a while. I do think we're going to see this flatten out and come down a little bit into the fall. And I still think we're going to see some price growth. And I've said this again. Do I think it's going to be 40%? I go, heck no. But I think we're going to see 20% year over year from February to February. Again, minimum. Especially with inflation. Like, there's no way that inflation doing what it's doing, the cost to build a new house, the cost of everything is going to go up. Anyways, guys, that's all I have to say today. So comment down below, smash that like button, share this with a friend if you think this is helpful. Thanks, everybody. Catch you next time.